Hello, my name is Beatrice, and my aspirations and objectives as a teacher is to ensure my students are using their strengths instead of focusing on their weaknesses. Some examples of that is through collaborative learning, and some examples of that also in my classroom is growth mindset posters that encourage them when they are facing challenges through the curriculum. Some methods that I will consider to reach these objectives. Collaborative learning can be done through learning projects and inquiry-based learning in the classroom, as well as differentiated instruction to meet the various needs of my students. For example, collaborative learning, we work together to figure out what our performance for the Black History Month Assembly was going to be, and they were able to engage and take ownership in what we were going to perform. And some ways that I assess students is both using traditional tests, such as iReady, to make data-driven decisions in the classroom, and also some formative and summative traditional tests. iReady data I use to drive small groups, and the more informal testing I use to reinforce different standards that we have learned in the classroom. Different ways that I want to improve my teaching is finding more ways to adapt and differentiate instruction to meet the needs of my students, and also just constantly revisiting procedures or different routines that may not be working in the classroom. Even though I've used some procedures in the past that worked for a group of students, it can change a lot from year to year because the students are not the same. Any additional considerations? Teaching is important to me because I was a bilingual learner and myself, and therefore I value helping students find their strengths in the classroom. Some beliefs that I have that make my teaching successful is holding all of my students accountable and having high standards to establish routines and create a classroom culture where the students help each other stay accountable and also instill the growth mindset in them. And ways that I maintain positive relationships with my students and colleagues is through professionalism. With my colleagues, I know that professionalism helps me create relationships with veteran teachers to learn from them, and with parents, developing a home parent connection, because having parental support can help a lot with this, knowing the students. Some ways that I engage in this is through Class Dojo and communicating with parents through Class Dojo, as well as face-to-face, especially on Wednesdays during early release. I get to see a lot of parents that get picked up from school. So these are some of my from my teaching philosophy template, and from my self-inventory. One of my positive experiences from school is learning English as a second language in primary, and some of my worst experiences came from different math classes. I struggled a lot in early elementary as a math student, and that was definitely something that I remember. But now I'm a math teacher, so now I try to apply the difficulties that I had into my classroom. Thank you.